Hi guys! Welcome back to another little walkthrough tutorial thing. This one is more than likely going to be a longer one because I am going to cover the entire Tristezza area. As you can see, I gathered all of these quests in this area right here, including this area right here. But I'm going to go through the entire Tristezza area and mainly do highlights. And I wanted to start now instead of when all these quests were done, because I wanted to point out there's about right here, there's about 3 or 4 quests. And then in here where I'm sitting, there's like 100 different quests. Like, that's where most of these quests come from. And I went ahead and I didn't get the best equipment in the world, but I upgraded my equipment a little bit, and minus the orb, I got all halfway decent grade armor. The pants, the legs could be different, but halfway decent equipment, just so that I don't have to worry a little bit later about my gear score. I'm still gonna worry a little bit about it, but it's not gonna be as bad. I know a lot of people have been asking and stating recently that you know, a lot of the times my gear score might not be the same, or you know, they were able to do this or that. I'm purposely making it so that these run-throughs, and I'm saying this now for everybody's sake, I'm purposely making it so these run-throughs are done with a minimalistic endeavor, as if I was going through for the first time. Which, by the way, I actually went against my better nature. I did not buy any star seeds from the time that I last recorded the last of the Jade Reach with the wizard here, the mage, to this point, and it's been about a week since I recorded that. So I still only had about roughly the same amount of star seeds, and I used all of those star seeds without going to a different character. My ranger has close to 250,000 star seeds. I could have gotten some really good equipment, but I purposely did not, because these are going as pretty much, you know, you're kind of going through blind, and you don't have another character that you can work with. Obviously this person did some PvP stuff. So I did, like I said, I went ahead, I came to here, the Starseed Exchange in the market, and I bought some equipment, and I think I spent about 17k 17k starseeds. I'm questioning if I want to be in this area or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to finish every single one of these side quests, including the Raven thingamabobber, Court of Ravens, this red thing. I'm gonna get it pretty far. I'll go over that once I get all these side quests done as well. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do all these side quests, and once I'm done with all these side quests, it's really just a whole bunch of back and forth stuff, and there's not a lot that's gonna happen with these by any means. So when I'm done with them, we're actually gonna be heading to the town of Tristezza. So if you were going in blind and you didn't know about this, you would actually be doing all of these before you hit Tristezza. I went to Tristezza first, so you can do either way. You can try to do either way. If you know that, hey, I'm gonna want some better equipment, then I highly encourage you to head down here. It's quite easy. You take the road to the second right, you take that right all the way down until you have your first left, and then you follow that up into the city. But because there's so much to do in Tristezza and a lot of it's side quests, I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. So there's gonna be a lot that I don't show on screen, such as any like bunches of side quests that I might do, like these. And what I'll do is whenever I am talking, I will go over everything I've done in between. That way you guys can kind of know. And then if there is, for whatever reason, something big, like down, if I do the Black Knight, which I will probably be doing here very soon, or whenever I come up to here and I fight the demon, the archfiend, and the priest, I will be there for that, because a lot of people ask me how to beat that. And I actually just beat it with the Crusader today as well. So there's gonna be highlights more so than step-by-step walkthrough. So what I do is, I mean, if you guys have watched other parts of this series so far, is I gather all the side quests that I can, everything that's in the area, I do all of them, and then I move on. And the reason that I do that is because it allows me to not have to continuously go back. Like, for example, if I would have to continuously go back, I have a couple side quests over here, right? I've already done the tarming stuff. I have a couple side quests over here that I have to do. If you haven't done tarming and you come over to here and these people talk, and then you have to go and kill undead over here anyway, and help fight undead in Ruins of Sorrow. Look at that. You can knock out 2 with 1 stone. Or, you know, you gather all these and you have to get Imperial artifacts plus kill Ashen Sabertooth, or defeat Ramon Brotherhood plus rescue the dude. So it's a good idea. Just gather as many as you can. Gather as much as you can in the area. Like, if you're in this section, gather as much as you can, and then say it brings you down to here. Don't grab side quests down here. Not yet, anyway. Just grab the side quests after you've completed this batch, and just do it in, like, batches. Not only, I mean, you guys saw I just did one. I got special experience. I can upgrade my fireball, which is what I've been wanting to upgrade in the first place. Actually, the thing that I probably will upgrade next is this arcane lightning strike that stuns people. That's gonna be amazing. But yeah, so, and another thing people have been asking me is, when do you get the 4th blessing? That is probably either gonna be next episode, next part of the walkthrough, or the part after that, because after we finish Tristezza, we're gonna go all the way up to Spirios, and then from Spirios we're gonna hit Padana of Ruins, and then we're actually gonna hit the Canis Mountains. And when we hit the Canis Mountains, we're actually going to start getting, well, like in this area right here, we're gonna get the first memory fragment, and then from that memory fragment we're actually gonna have to come back down to Tristezza, kill some bosses to get the memory fragments, whatever. I will go over that when we get to it. So without further ado, I'll be right back once I finish up with all of these current side quests that I have. It shouldn't take me too long. For you guys, it'll be no time at all, but I probably won't kill the Black Knight until I get the side quests done. So I'll be back once I go over to the Black Knight. Be right back. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, so I am back for just a brief little moment here, facing the Black Knight, and I'll show it after we are done with the Black Knight. But this is one of the world bosses that will be fighting, I guess, in the Tristezza area. Something to note is, if you hit the spears, they bleed you. If you did not know, if you've never fought the Black Knight before, that's something that you might want to avoid. Ow. He also hurts a lot. I probably showed it because I wanted to probably bring it back as soon as he came back. I was in the spears right as soon as he spawned in. Someone hit him and I spawned, or the spear spawned right on top of me. It hurt. It hurt a lot. But up until this point, something. Oh no, 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 no! What? There's no spears. Why? Hey, friends, Spigaldi. Spigaldi. Hello. I don't understand why I got hit by spears. It's a bit of a bug. Spigaldi. Hey, thank you. But something to note, I have done all of those side quests. Like I said, I was going to. This is pretty much the last thing in this area before I head into the main city of Tristezza. I also should note that I did manage. Oh, look at that! I did manage to do the Court of Ravens stuff up through to the point where I was they're telling me to go into the main city. So every single bit of side quest is done in this area, as can be seen here. I actually haven't turned this in yet, but yeah, we're gonna head back there because I believe you also get the quest from this guy in here. Unless I didn't get it this time, I don't think I got it. But if you kill the Black Knight guy, is like, hey, you killed him, good job, 10 out of 10. I didn't do the missing refugees because this was something that a couple people had asked me, mostly in stream, but I just kind of wanted to brief over it a little bit, where all of that stuff is. And also something fun and exciting and not necessarily Bless Unleashed related. By the time you guys see this, we may just be at 1,000 subscribers. So if you see an ad on any of my videos, including this one, you know that we hit 1,000 subscribers. And another big thing to kind of note, I didn't get the Black Knight thing. Another big thing to note is if you guys want to help support me via just watching the videos, if you don't skip the ads, the more ad watch time that I have per video, the better I get paid. So don't do like that, hey, let's skip an ad thing. But yeah, anyway, that's something that I'm super excited about. Oh, GM hide and seek event. I am not going to take part in that. So we get to here and it's like, hey, you got to find somebody, and I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, this gymnast, whatever, his arms and neck, dried blood. So when I first did this, it actually took me a little bit to try to find him. And then right here and right here are the notes. And I thought that was it. I guess they're gonna make me do one more. Alright, right here. I thought it was 2, but I guess it was 3. And then you just have to come up to here and talk to Voldo, which, you know, I'm just saying, Soul Calibur reference, Soul Calibur 5, 6, I think all the way starting at 2, they had a character named Voldo. And of course, if you don't do this, you're a fool. Make sure you go and get your chest, because that is how you get more inventory space. So yeah, at this point, we're gonna head back to Don Diego. Don Diego is gonna be like, hey, good job. This sucks. I don't have that much stuff. The Tatiana Sorza chick is here, and do some quests for me and her, and then I'll meet you in the big city. That's pretty much how the next part's gonna go. I'm probably not gonna really show, because it's just going, killing a couple guys, and then heading to the big city. But yeah, it's something to note. You know, we'll go talk to Dawn. I think we meet up with Tatiana here, then we kill something here, something here-ish, and then something here-ish, and then we go up into the city from there. And I probably will not do too much more in the Court of Ravens stuff, just because some of it starts to get a little bit more difficult and outside of your normal like gear score range. And quite honestly, if I had to choose, I would probably either choose the Artisans or the Sentinels to join, not the Court of Ravens. For those of you who don't know, the unions each have different sort of deals. Sentinels are kind of PvE, the Artisans are more gathering, and the Court of Ravens are more PvP. So, something to note. Oh, I think this is the one quest. Yeah, Undead Plague. Yeah, you can... Holy Water, yeah. Alright. So, that guy gives you a side quest since you're going into the town. Sprinkle holy water on dead corpses. Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, oh, I was a little bit off. Go, you talk to Professor Rufina, and I will be... I don't think I did this on my Crusader, but I'm going to light the 4 torches. I'm going to do this Wayward Scholar quest, and then I'm going to do the Rest in Peace quest. And when I start entering into Tristezza officially, I will be right back. So, I'll see you there. Okay, so we're just heading into Navarra here. Not Navarra. Sorry, they're doing the GM hide and seek right now, and they're hiding in Navarra. But we're heading into Tristezza, not Navarra. And as you can see, all the side quests are done. That's not. There we go. Just a couple cards core playing stuff, and then a sharing meals thing, which gives you nothing, and you have to kill a whole bunch of stuff anyway, and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna end up killing this stuff anyway, so it gives you like 1,000 or 1,000 experience. It's really not worth doing. You pick it up, but you know, it's meh, whatever. But yeah, so we're in Tristezza, and we get a little bit of story here. You get a little bit of background story, and actually this is a little interesting learning about all this stuff, and I'm not gonna let it play because I don't want it to necessarily have some spoilers for you guys in case you guys want to experience it for yourself. But yeah, it's a little cool and a little interesting seeing what happens here and seeing just the depth of the story, because I think a lot of people underestimate how deep this story goes. Yeah, and so we get these boundary between 2 regions. Oh, I know exactly where that is. It's funny, they're doing the hide and seek stuff right now, and like, I know where that is, but I don't want to go because I feel like that's a little unfair. How much time I have into this game, I kind of know exactly where every position is. But yeah, so this guy right here also is a little interesting. He's like, they're vampires! Ah! Also, just as a cartographer right here, if you didn't know. And it's like, yeah, no, they're not vampires. They just got really, really cool looking teeth. That's all. And I encourage you guys, like, some of these quests, it's like, oh god, I'm going back and forth and back and forth, but I encourage you guys to actually read some of this stuff whenever you get to it, because whenever you read it, it's actually freaking hilarious. Like, this dude is straight up just freaking out, like, oh my god, there's vampires, ah! And it doesn't really give you that much experience by any means, and once again, I'm not gonna spoil it, so I'm gonna look at this wall. You guys won't be able to see what happens. You'll just have to be like, gasp! So, yeah, oh, wait, oh, there we go. But yeah, so it's a little funny, and you guys will probably get a kick out of it. But yeah, once we hit Tristezza here in this main area, it all kind of starts coming together in a sense. Up until this point, you're kind of running around, and if you guys didn't notice, let me get out of here. If you guys didn't notice, I still have yet to level up. Leveling up becomes almost less important at this point, just because there's more focus on gear score, which is why I went and bought myself some gear over doing anything like just leveling, hardcore leveling. And leveling is still important. A level 15 is going to still do less damage, even if it's the exact same gear score, than a level 25. Just because you do get the attack difference, and you get an attack buff, an HP buff, and everything else, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so you'll pick up these quests, you'll do these quests here, and the biggest thing that we're coming up to at this point now is, and where I will come back next, is we're gonna be coming up to probably one of the hardest fights in the game. And honestly, in my opinion, as far as like a solo instance goes, it's actually more difficult than the what do you call it, the solo instance where I did a whole bunch of review videos, like the class reviews for the Mark of the Wolf Blessing. Yeah, Mark of the Wolf Blessing. So if you saw those, then you know you know which one I'm talking about, the one with 2 null war chiefs and then the big ogre orc guy. Yeah, this solo instance coming up is harder and you have less things to kill. So I don't know how much you guys want to see. Like I said, this is a lot of just back and forth talking. There's not a lot of things here. Like as you can see, I'm just kind of going around. I'm talking to mercenaries, and it's like, haha, you're a spy. You're trying to get in for the third eye people stuff or another, and you know, I only want 2 eyes, thank you. And then they're like, oh wait, no, you caught me, and then you shoot them in the face, and then that's the end of it. So my nose is itchy. Yay. Always, every time. It does not matter what you're doing. If you end up starting to record or stream or do anything, your nose instantly starts itching. I don't know what it is. I'm not the only one who said it. Don't forget to pick up this little journal thing. It's a memory of a murder. Kind of cool. Yay, skill point. I don't want it yet because I want to level up my lightning. But anyway, I'm gonna go do these side quests real quick. I'll be back once we're speaking to the Count Rozo's spy in the ruins of Tristezza. And a fun thing to note, something that you guys might want to do, and my ranger's at it right now, and I really am putting it off. These repeatable quests in each region, there's one here, there's one in the Ardell trading post right here. That's the prestige quest. That's not the repeatable, but yeah, there's one there. Then there's these ones up here. And I don't know why it's saying their prestige quest stuff here. But yeah, there's repeatable quests in every area. I would highly suggest start doing them, and you're gonna thank yourself later for doing them. They're a little bit of a drag, but if you do them every single day, I think it's like a maximum of 3 times every single day. So if you have to collect like Eyes of the Underworld or the necklace things for this guy for the Tristezza one, if you collect 3 times the amount every single day, you can complete it immediately, and you'll thank yourself later for doing that. It might seem pointless and stupid now, but it's actually going to help you out a lot, because after you beat Gideon, there is more story. I call Gideon endgame because Gideon is the one that started all of this, and the one that started the whole story part of everything. So that's endgame for me, and everybody refers to the estates as endgame. So that to me, that's endgame, and you get estates after Gideon. But for you to continue progressing, you actually need to get to the point where you're doing prestige quests, and you need that that thing gummy what yeah, that thingamabobber. You need the repeatables. You need, I think, either honored or revered in every single region. There's 5 of them. There's the Urbati, there's Tristezza, there's Navarra, there's Karzakor, and then there's the Ardell trading post. Also, this is the spy, by the way. I forgot it's this part right here. I forgot all about this because it's as easy as just talking to that person, and then you come over to this church thing and you B&E, and then Marco had already B&E'd first, so it's not as much of a B&E as the B&E was before. And yeah, it's weird, but like it's kind of a B&E, but also kind of not a B&E, because it's like, hey, I'm here to like stop things and stuff. And yeah, it's weird, but yeah. So you talk to Marco. Marco's like, hey, you're gonna cut someone's fists off or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you something to laugh about during these parts. I probably should have just cut them out, but I'm insane, and you guys end up watching it anyway for some reason, which I appreciate. Love you. But yeah, he's like, hey, go get some cloth scraps. But yeah, so once you finish up with burning the unattended corpses, and you go and gather you silver bell things. I encourage you guys to do the noxious ghoul as well. I'm probably gonna do the noxious ghoul. Am I? No, I'm not gonna do the noxious ghoul. Not right now. I don't like the noxious ghoul. It's not one of the ones that you would normally like farm too often, and it's like you get a side quest for it. Don't get me wrong, and like you can use it and you can get some equipment and stuff like that off it, but it's not really the greenest in the world. I don't know. It's not my favorite to farm by any means. If anything, the Black Knight is a good one to good world boss to try to farm daily, and the Spider Queen and the Cyclops. But the Spider Queen and Cyclops we'll get to probably at the end of this video. So I'll be back once I get all this stuff done, because I'm gonna collect these silver bells before I start collecting the cloth. Go back, heal the people, and then I'll come back here and we'll head into the quest instance area that is the most difficult. So be right back. All right, so we got all the cultist clothing, and then you come over here to see Rook. I skipped me fighting the cultist because I figured, you know, it's kind of straightforward. You got to kill 4 third eye cultists. It's the people with the staves. And then this is one of the things that people didn't had a lot of questions about whenever I was doing some of my earlier ranger stuff. I don't remember exactly what I had done with the ranger, but people were like, hey, how do you have that red aura around you? And it's actually from this quest right here. Once you talk to Rook, you get that little aura around you, and pretty much all that says is you're like invisible to the third eye cultists for the most part. Are you up? No, the noxious ghoul isn't up, so I'm not even gonna try to kill him. And you actually have to come down here, and this is where a lot of people actually have issues. I've actually had more questions about this fight than I have about Gideon, believe it or not. Gideon, I think a lot of people are still working on getting to, so it's not like, oh yeah, Gideon, ooh, ah, but it's like this fight here, people are like, I'm at this fight and I don't know how to do it, and so I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm gonna show you guys as underleveled and 33% damage reduction, which is how I always am whenever I go into this area. I actually did it with my Crusader today on stream, and yeah, like this area isn't too bad. The fight itself is a little bit on the difficult side, but the overall area itself isn't bad. Before you do anything like with the jailers or anything like that, you're gonna want to come over here. They're not tracking me, are they? No. All right, so these guys are kind of like pulling people and trolling, but yeah, you're gonna want to come over to here, and you're gonna talk to this lady. She's gonna be like, hey, look, there's some weird glyphs over there. You should summon the stuff, and then this thing gets summoned. and then you have to kill this thing, and then it's like, oh hey, the thing is dead. Usually I do it solo and it takes so much longer. It's not that bad of a fight though, honestly. And then you come over to here and you talk to them, and look at that, you're level 20, which is where I'm always at. Oh, as always, if you don't get your chest, what are you doing? I actually missed a couple chests just because I'm running out of time to record today. I've had a couple more interruptions than I thought I was going to have. But then you just you come over and you grab the jailer, you kill the jailer. Try not to get into the archfiend's way, because they're gonna be like, ooh, scaredy ma, and then they're gonna try to eat your face. And it's just overall, eating of a face is not something that you necessarily want to do. What have my little videos become? I'm now talking about eating people's faces. Listen, it's fine. And don't forget, as I said in a couple previous videos, if you guys do enjoy my content, definitely make sure you check out some of the other stuff that I do, because I do a lot more than just Bless Unleashed stuff. And I highly suggest you guys, you know, check it out. If you guys like my blind run-throughs of going into dungeons and screaming bloody murder because I have no idea what's happening, then you're gonna like half the stuff that or 90% of the stuff that I put out on YouTube outside of Bless Unleashed, because that's pretty much my normal. That's what I normally do whenever I'm playing a game. But yeah, so you unshackle them, you come over to this guy, he's like, ah, I'm Big Bad, I'm Ahab, where's Moby Dick, you know, it's all that fun stuff. And then you're just like, oh yeah, leader of the order, oh yeah, oh so funny, oh you're so funny, haha, giggle giggle, oh well, that's it's so annoying not being able to move away. Anyway, and then the big instance fight, which honestly, if the 16 to 19 skill gap wasn't here, oh well, I missed something because I'm dumb. I forgot about the barrels. Stupid barrels. But if the 16 to 19 gap wasn't a thing and I was able to kind of get through into this area a little bit on the quicker side, honestly, this would probably have been the fight that I would have done the review for the Lionheart Blessing for, just because this is the epitome of a boss battle. Like the Guardian of the Island thing that I did the Lionheart Blessing review on, that was not a good representation, but it was the best that I had on hand. In this battle is very, very difficult. Chances are I'm probably gonna lose a couple of times. I'm not gonna show the cutscene. If you guys want to see the cutscene yourself, I suggest playing. But how to do it and how I've done it with every single character. Come in. Look at this guy. Hello. Bow to me. Thank you. And then you're gonna just run back here. Alright. He's gonna summon his Archfiend and all that, but you're gonna run back here. You're gonna grab Raphael. Hey Raphael, how you doing, buddy? And you're gonna have him by these stairs here. Oh god, I'm stuck. Because when he's over by these stairs here, that Archfiend is not going to trouble you at all. And oh god, alright, I gotta pay attention a little bit. Crap. Something to, I barely dodged that. Something to really kind of take note on is you probably wanted to have a lunchbox, because if you take some hits from Raphael here, you can actually sit down and heal up with a lunchbox before fighting the Archfiend. But I was too dumb to prepare for this fight. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't realize that I was gonna get to this point as quickly as I was going to get. But Raphael dead. I'm full health. Yay, goody. I'm gonna fully recharge this. And your best bet is to make sure all of your abilities are ready, because Raphael is easy. Raphael is the one where it's like, ah, dead, no problem. This Archfiend is very, very, very difficult. He has like 3 or 4 moves. The melee classes are going to struggle the most. I actually struggled quite a bit with the Crusader today. But pretty much what you want to do is you just want to, if you have the ability, you kind of want to keep your distance. And like he's gonna do some attacks and stuff like that, but when you see his hammer glowing, that's when you kind of want to move out of the way, because he's gonna do a line attack right there. That line attack, and that line attack does a ton of damage. And when I say a ton, I mean a literal ton of damage. It can almost one-shot you. If you're a glass jaw, it'll probably one-shot. If I got hit by it as my mage, I would probably die instantly with it. And you kind of just wanna do this little ballerina match. And oh, okay, all right. Why? I forgot about that. But yeah, he's gonna be a very angry boy here. But one of the things that you're going to want to try to do is you're going to want to actually try to stay around this middle area. Just because if you start getting close to the edges, especially the back edge, you're going to notice that environment is getting in the way, and you're not going to be able to see his move set that he's doing. He's very predictable. He's got very slow moves, and you can predict his moves fairly easily. As the mage, if you're on Lionheart, you want to put that firebomb on him as much as you possibly can, because that firebomb is going to be your damage dealer. And you want to try to put the firebomb on him as when you have the crit chance as much as you possibly can as well. Because you 100% crit chance this, and you're doing almost 5k damage. And then if you have the burning sensation, like he has you know, urinary tract infection, he's got a bit of a burning sensation that just does so much damage. And actually, we might actually beat him first try this time. But yeah, so you just wanna be mindful. Oh yeah, all I gotta do is firebomb him one more time, he's dead. You just want to be mindful of where he's going and what moves he's doing each time. The melee classes are gonna struggle a ton on that, and I mean a ton. You're gonna want to bring a lot of potions. You're gonna want to, if you can, try to bring a lot of regen potions, not just regular potions, because if you didn't know, I said this in the Gideon video, but regen potions and regular potions act separately. So if you take a regen potion, you'll still be able to take a regular potion. And I would suggest a regen 1 and at least a potion 2, potion of recovery 2. And that will give you your best results overall, I think, as the melee classes. I'm very, very worried about getting into that fight with the Berserker. It's gonna take me so long. The Priest, I'm not too worried about. I did it with the Crusader and the Ranger. It's just the Berserker. I'm very, very worried about that fight. I feel like I'm gonna have to overgear myself again just to try to beat that fight, because it is going to be very difficult. And I'm probably gonna have to be very patient with it as well. And if you are a Berserker, your best bet is to be... I gotta go down. Yeah. Ow, my kinkles. Is to be, like, super patient on the Mark of the Wolf. Jump in, hit him with your jump, and then run around. Maybe do 1 or 2 attacks if you see an opening, but keep at a distance from him and only do damage with your jumps. Which sounds like, oh my god, that would take forever. But your jump is going to be super strong anyway. And the couple attacks that you're going to be able to get in is probably going to be the only things that you're going to be able to get in. So, yeah, from here, we actually have to kill world bosses to progress. Which is a little weird, because last time we had to kill world bosses to progress was whenever we were getting... some blessings, but not this time. So I'll be back once we get to the boss stuff, and kind of go over there because we are going to have some quests over here in the Rift. I'll kind of give a brief overview of what people call the Rift Farm, and we'll kill the bosses, and we'll head into the Padana area, or Sparios area, then shortly after Padana, but that'll probably be next video. As soon as we hit the Sparios area, that will be the end. So I'll see you once we get over to the Rift camp. Be right back. Alright, so we're at the little camp outside the Rift, and if you're ever going to be Rift farming, this is going to be an area that you're going to be spending a lot of time in. And some people frown upon Rift farming, some people swear by Rift farming. I'll let you guys be the judge of what you want it to be, but you're gonna grab all these quests, even the Sentinel quests, and just because you want all the experience that you can get. And the big thing with this area is it's a lot easier than you might realize. And the best way that I can explain it is you're going to have a whole bunch of side quests here, and the side quests are going to have side quests, and the side quests are going to have side quests. There's not going to be that many side quests, I promise you, but you're going to have a lot of side quests here. But if you actually do what people call the Rift Farm, which again I will kind of show for you guys here, you actually can get a lot of these quote-unquote side quests done super quick. And the biggest thing is, and I actually kind of showed this area in the leveling video that I did, right here is a good place to kill some spiders. People can use it if they want, but you're gonna come into here and you're gonna be like, oh god, a whole bunch of mutant animals, ancient forest deer, oh man, it's just packed. And it's the reason that it's so packed is because of everything that's going on. And once you get into here, you start realizing, hey, there's a lot of people here, and this is where you're gonna want to group up. Yeah, see, you're gonna get invited almost instantaneously, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. If you're solo, if you come to the Rift and you're solo, you're gonna get invited, because people are going to have full-blown Rift parties because they want 5 people in the party. They want to have the maximum drop possible, and your AoE people, your berserkers, you know, anything like that are going to shine here. And you can actually do a lot of these side quests right here. You can sit here because you have to get some mucus off the people and stuff like that. And the reason why people farm the Rift is because you can sit there and you can literally get a full inventory of blues in about 10 minutes. You can essentially farm about, I don't know, give or take, you could probably farm a good 2,000 to 3,000 cores per hour. And by cores, I mean armor cores for enhancements. And you're going to be like, oh, well, why would I ever need that many? Trust me, when you get to this point, you will. Look at that. I got a healing potion 2 recipe. Holy crap, is that rare. I will take that. And I am going to use that on my ranger, by the way. Screw the mage. But yeah, so you can just come here, do the mini side quests here, and yeah, it's just always packed. You're going to have a lot of lag in this area, no matter if you're on an Xbox One, Xbox One X. I don't care if you have the best system in the world. You come into this area, you're gonna have some lag. It's actually a lot smoother right now than normal, but as soon as people really start showing up, like at peak times of the day, whoo, boy, is it a lag fest and a half. I don't know the best way to rift farm with a mage. I don't know, but pretty much what I'm doing, if you're mostly a solo target person, you're just gonna want to run over and hit one time and then run away. I mean, you guys have seen I've gotten a couple of drops already, and honestly, I'm not even doing this for the drops. I'm doing this because I need these guys. All right, so it looks like the right trigger. So Ranger, you're gonna want to right trigger like everywhere. You're not gonna want to lock on to anything. You're just gonna right trigger, move to the next spot, right trigger, move to the next spot, right trigger, move to the next spot. And yeah, it's really good for drops. The only reason why I personally don't do it is, one, I'm not a big fan of the lag, and two, I showed how I get some equipment and my gear cores and stuff like that. I do that that circuit. It's in a previous video that I've done. I tend to do that more, and that's mostly because I want the special experience as well as the armor and stuff. And you get better chance of getting like decent B grade equipment that you can also sell to get star seeds. But that's stuff that I put in the farm rotation video, which I think went out, by the time you guys see this, I think it went out yesterday. So today for me recording, yesterday for you watching. Could be wrong, don't quote me. Anyway, you're gonna do your side quests here and stuff like that. The mutated animal stuff is pretty quick. I'm pretty sure I actually already did it. Yeah, sample the soil and corrupted wildlife. Now I just need to do on death's door. After on death's door, he's gonna be like, search the archaeologist. Maybe they'll have something that has something. Maybe a something. Is like, okay, dude, you're like dead, and you're telling me to do stuff for science instead of having me help you get to safety. Obviously your priorities are in the right place. But yeah, so I'm gonna do these side quests here real quick. I'll probably head back to the pyre, and then we'll come back here because the Cyclops is right there. So I'll be right back once we are back at the Cyclops. Okay, so at the Cyclops. Cyclops has spawned, and there's only a couple level 20s with me. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, but you know what? We're gonna initiate it. So the Cyclops is one of the world bosses, and you'll hear and see a lot of people in the global chat. God, as soon as I start talking, as soon as I start doing stuff, and I know that it's gonna be in the video, my nose just starts going crazy. Oh, you hate to see that. Well, we got a couple more level 20s, and there's a level 30. Hey, Crimson Bob, that you love to see a level 30. Something that you guys gotta really be mindful of is this is actually a hotspot for people to like PK you, and it's actually becoming world bosses in general are hotspots for people to PK someone, because when you're down right now, currently it's a bug and they're looking into it, but currently right now, if you are down and you PK someone, you don't get the negative notoriety, but you still end up getting the kill, which is very dumb. Ooh, hey, listen, you help me, I help you. I don't think this is the person that helped me, but I'm gonna help you anyway. But yeah, so you're gonna kill the Cyclops here. The Cyclops he's not my favorite to take on, but you know, I don't mind him. He could be much worse. Oh god, hiccups. Oh no, don't. Oh no, stop. Oh, everything's bad. He could be so much worse. He actually has roughly the same moveset as in the tutorial. The enemy, the final boss in the tutorial. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, he does the freeze, and then he does laser eye. Oh my god, he actually turns a massive amount. I thought I was safe there, I'm not gonna lie. I are the dumb right there, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so I will be back once I kill the Cyclops, I guess, because I have a feeling it's gonna take me a little bit. So, yeah. I'll see you once the Cyclops is dead and we start heading towards the Spider Queen. Be right back. Okay, so Cyclops is dead, and I think I actually got a soul fragment. Oh, I got Cyclops' eye. Cool. That's not a definite drop every time, as much as people think that things like that are a definite drop. They're not. Anyway, so we got the Cyclops killed, and oddly enough, these two world bosses that we're gonna be doing are not. This is not gonna be the only time that we kill these world bosses for main story quest, which is also again really interesting because the Cyclops and the Spider Queen are kind of revisited for the future. I'm not gonna say why. If you know why, congratulations, you're in the know. Good job. High five. Gotcha. But if you don't know why, you'll just have to wait and learn about the little secrets that not everybody else but other people know and that I know, and that you will eventually either learn yourself or I will show you. This telepost is not respawning at all. This is ridiculous. I wanted to purposely show the entrance to the Spider Queen because a lot of people don't know how to get to the Spider Queen. But this telepost right here is not spawning, and I don't know why. I have to have this telepost spawn. I'm just there it is. See that? All you have to do is continuously say that the telepost isn't spawning, and then the telepost will eventually spawn. So, Spider Queen's like, oh, it's in here. Alright, we'll get in from here. No. You're gonna go down to Tristezza refugee camp. There's some people who said, like, there's a secondary entrance. Secondary entrance. I've yet to find it. I've been to the Spider Queen many times. It's pretty much Arachne, for the Greek god Arachne, goddess, I guess. And it gets really sticky in there. She spews white stuff all the time, and then it gets really sticky. And now there's so many people sitting here like, oh my god, I thought this was safe for work. I'm talking about spider webs, you perverts. Now who's not safe for work? Oh, got him. Nailed it. Oh yeah, so good. But yeah, she does do spider webs. And a trick with the if you couldn't tell, I've been either recording or streaming or talking literally all day. Words do not come out of my mouth in the way that they are supposed to. But otherwise, a trick with the webs and stuff like that, and a trick with the Spider Queen is whenever you are like walking in her webs, you actually want to jump. You'll actually move about as fast as you normally would if you were walking. You're not going to be able to sprint and jump and sprint and jump and sprint and jump. You're not going to be able to do that, but you're going to be able to at least jump like this and get out of her webs. Ooh, is she alive? Is she alive? Are we gonna get lucky? We're gonna get, oh my god, 8%. Look at that luck. So we're gonna miss a lot of this stuff, but I'll kind of go over it. So we got really lucky there, by the way. So obviously the webs here, you're gonna want to jump to move through them. Now that she's dead, they're not affected. I got really lucky. But the Spider Queen actually requires a little bit of attention. She has a couple of weird attacks. The first one, she'll like put her head down and start spinning in circles, and it's like, what are you doing, woman? Why are you spinning in circles in such a way? And you have to try to do enough damage to be able to stop her attack. It's not actually an attack. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to do enough damage. I actually have never seen it so that there was enough damage done to stop it. And it's not actually an attack. What it is she like covers the floor around her within a certain radius with a whole bunch of webs. And then it's like, ooh, sticky. And that's when you just have to start jumping around. Second thing is she'll go and she'll like disappear a couple times. I think it's 2, sometimes 3 times during a fight, and she'll actually, I want to say it's 3 times during the fight. And the first time she brings out some little baby spiders, and those little baby spiders are like, ha! And then they start trying to attack your face, and then it gets really awkward because they want something from you, and you don't want to give that something to them. And then it's like, whoa, listen, calm down there. Ooh, Spring of Wisdom. I might actually use that and forget this Wand of Forgotten. Anyway, that's neither here nor there right now. Ooh. I prefer to keep the defense one on. But then, so when she does that, you're gonna have a bit of an issue, because these little itty bitty spiders that she sends out at you, they're gonna be like, hey, look, munch munch, and then they, I'm salvage. Don't salvage that. There we go. The big thing that you're gonna want to pay attention to with that is, like, the spiders will actually go underground, and when they go underground, you'll still stay locked onto them. So it's a little weird. Like, you want to lock on, send an attack, and then, like, stop being locked onto them. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at the ground the entire time that they're there, and she comes back before you kill all of them. So you could be trying to look at all these tiny little spiders, and she's going to be sitting there munching on your face, and you'll never know. Oh, really? Good, PvPers. Yes, this is a PvP zone, by the way. People will sit here and try to PvP you, starting in Tristezza. Some people, it's like, okay, whatever. And then other people, it's like, yeah, you're gonna kill me. You usually just want to channel hop to avoid them. Usually you're not gonna find them, like, everywhere. But yeah, so you're gonna do all of that. You're gonna avoid the little itty bitty spiders, and then she's gonna come back out. You're gonna do an attack, and then you're gonna come up with another attack, and she's gonna stun you, and you're gonna have to, like, for me it's the triggers, but if you change your controller layout, it could be different. You're gonna have to sit there and, like, spam the triggers and the bumpers to stop yourself from being stunned. And at that point, a lot of people don't know this, you want to run as far away as you possibly can, because she's gonna ground pound, like, well, boom, and then these spikes are just gonna come out of nowhere in a radius around her, a radius about the distance around her that the web shoots out. And it does quite a bit of damage, if I'm being honest with you. It does do a pretty good chunk of damage. And so you're going to want to run away. And after you run away, you're going to go back, you're going to do some damage. Second time she sends out spiders, it's going to be web weavers. They're going to just randomly, like, come up to you, and they're not going to attack you, but they're going to wrap you in webbing, and you're not going to be able to get out. It's really poopy. It's really crappy, and you hate to see it. Now, honestly, is what you hate to see it. And then no new attacks from there. And then the third time, she's gonna send out, like, or a third spider, which I think they wrap you and attack you. So, and sometimes she'll send out the little spiders as well. So there's a couple stages for her, and she's actually one of the more complicated world bosses to fight because of all these stages. But once you know what you're doing, once you know what you're looking for, it's pretty easy to overcome. Now, at this point, I wanted to go do the marketplace, but it doesn't matter. At this point, I came down there to heal while I talked, but we are actually done in Tristezza for now. We're actually going to be heading into Spirios, which I will kind of show you on the map here. Spirios is up here, and you're like, King, how do you get up there? So right here, this is the farm. Here's the Wolf King right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna teleport to this telepost, the Marco's Farmstead telepost, and you're actually just gonna follow this path all the way up, and you're gonna hit a pyre here, then a pyre here, and then you're actually gonna spend a lot of time in Spirios. And it's a lot of talking and it's a lot of nonsense. I'll get into it in the next episode, but once you hit Spirios, to me, minus the 16 to 19 skill gap, you're about halfway through the game. We're probably maybe about 2 or 3 hours from unlocking the Crescent Moon Blessing, which is the 4th blessing, and then we're also about halfway to Gideon. If as we continue, you guys will see when we hit Gideon, we'll be about level 24, level 25. And this is where gear starts to matter the most. In between this and the next one, I am almost indefinitely going to upgrade my gear massively. I am going to go from... I'm going to go from 657 gear score, probably at least up to about 750. So I'm going to increase myself by about 100 by the time I come back. And it's not required. As you can see, you still only need 700. But it's going to help you out in the long run. And the reason why I'm saying start to do it now, because you have this massive city that's going to take you forever to explore. But this massive city is pretty much like the next Karzakor / Navarra sort of deal. And you're gonna have everything that you need. You got the Soul Seed exchange and everything else. Like, Tristezza has it all, don't get me wrong, but Tristezza to me is a barren wasteland sort of a city, not a city. You know what I mean? You got Karzakor, where it's a big open city, whole bunch of stuff going on, a whole bunch of different areas. You got Navarra, same deal. And then you got Tristezza, and it's one main hub and then ruins. So it's not really a city to me. So Spirios to me is the next major city. And when I say it is huge, I mean it is huge. I think it has about 6, maybe 7 teleposts in it alone. And that's just in the main city itself. That's not including going out this way like I've already done. But that's all for this episode. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, all that fun stuff. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what other Bless Unleashed stuff you would like to see in the future. Because as we are coming closer and closer to the end of the game, we're going to start coming to a point where we have less and less content that we can be putting out there. So let me know what you guys would like to see overall. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys. By the way, that's one of my guild members right there. I will see all of you guys next time.